under the old evergreen tree at Hope Plantation House, St. George, Barbados. What's your name, doggy?
That is Bowser.
Bowser.
Bingo.
And Bingo. And this is the old view from St. John's Church, looking down to North Point. There's the road winding, going down the hill. It's Pico Tenerife down at the very end. And that's a little closer look at Pico Tenerife. And here's a panoramic view of the coast. That's about Martin's Bay there. And there's that lovely flat spot that I tried to land a little plane on once.
Christian emperors of Greece.
What about this grave now?
Well, they said that he didn't want to be buried lying down. He'd like to be up, so he was buried erect, standing up. That's how the story goes.
Me, Mr. Seeley.
One of them.
This is the most eastern part of Barbados, looking from St. John's Church. That's one of the pipes sticking out there. And as we go around the coast a bit more, we will be able to see East Point Lighthouse, just barely there, upper right of the picture. This is the cable and wireless dish, which was put there now must be 20 years ago. Communication all over the world. An old school friend of mine, Trevor Davis, don't I remember him? I remember when he was killed in a motor car accident out by southern part of St. George's. Birds of Paradise, just outside St. John's Church. See my snapshot, it's taking it there, see, automatically. This is at Codrington High School, and there's a little bunch of plants and a croton with the name JohnEmtageJuanita. Maybe it's to do with two schoolhouses, I'm not sure. There's the path I used to walk down, and right over to steps on the far side where I started school, here at this Codrington High School. There are the steps going into the room where Miss Brady used to teach us. Well, this is up at YWAM's place at Thicket in St. Philip. It has made a very good place for YWAM with these large rooms. YWAM.
We started recording.
Before and after. the start of the book exhibition on Logos 2.
We also would like to welcome the Excellencies, the ambassadors of Guatemala, Costa Rica and Colombia, and if there's anyone else, please, from the High Commissions or the embassies, others in the diplomatic corps I missed, please accept my apologies. Looking right through every crew member and all those on board, I'm sure people think, well, what sort of officers do they have, what sort of crew do they have on such a vessel illustrating the battle for qualified people. I'd like to take the opportunity now to meet some of our international officers. If we could have a little light on the scene, please. Thank you very much.
Three times. Novus was here 2 times, and I was on board as a captain on both visits. And this ship has been here now 3 times. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Master of Ceremonies, Captain Benson, Excellencies, crew members, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure to be the chief guest of honor. I welcome the captain and crew of the MV Logos 2 on their 3rd visit to Barbados. On my own behalf, as well as on the behalf of all Barbadians, I wish you an enjoyable stay. The educational book exhibition aboard the ship, arts, children's books, and Christian literature. The exhibition therefore provides a unique opportunity for expanding the knowledge of those who visit. In addition, there is an opportunity for intercultural exchange for their 32 young crew members who are volunteers.
Thank you, sir, for those very kind and gracious words of welcome. I would like to just
And distinguished guests, it really is a privilege for me just to share with you a few words. But also, it's a bit embarrassing as an Englishman coming to the West Indies, considering the performance of our cricket team. Well, I won't say much more about that. Barbados is actually the first port that Logos 2 has visited for the 3rd time. We must like it here so much, we want to come back again and again. So I'm very excited to be here, and it is an island that I enjoy very much. And I do feel almost at home, because my island is a very similar size to this island, and the people are so very friendly, so I'm very pleased to be here too.
As you know, this is our 3rd visit to Barbados, and so some of you are probably familiar with the system that we have. All the books are priced in units, and this
I now declare the exhibition officially open. Expect that many members of the public must see the exhibition.
Ship, and then they took them out there and they explained to them what the ship was. Reminder that the Lord does live.
It was captured electronically.
Oh, beautiful.
These are new ones. I've never seen these. anywhere
And then they're
before.
nice and big. This is a
See
beautiful.
them good.
This is Shirley Marshall's home, Barbados.
Never mind.
It is good.
Okay, let me get this lined up. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
And they have the holiday drawing room, see?
Oh.
That was so good. Okay.
This is the famous lion at Gun Hill, St. George, Barbados. There's Olive and Joan freezing out under my old evergreen tree at home. And Stephen over on the lawn taking a picture. There he is. This evergreen tree was planted just before Uncle Alpha Peterkin came to this island from Santo Domingo with all the children. And it has grown and grown and grown. I knew the first evergreen tree that was here, the old one. But this one has certainly grown and become a little difficult for me to climb now at my age. But it's a beautiful old tree. The lizards still enjoy a happy time in it. Well, there they are cooling out under my evergreen tree. Now here's the stairs going up to Hope House. Uncle Bill used to ride his horse named Surprise right into this little porch here platform, scrape his feet off, and that scraper go up the steps and into the front door. And there's Anne's kitchen garden.
What are we doing there?
Yeah. Anne has a very nice kitchen garden here. It's a lot of work, and I think all of this produce is sold to one supermarket. I think that's what she said. This is rather a nice view looking at Hope from the east. Anne's garden, Joan and Olive walking in it. Nice old plantation setting. Now that is looking over toward Cottage Plantation. There used to be an old windmill there when I was a boy. A boiling house. And canes were ground there. Well, this is on Hope front steps. There you can see the little foot scraper. And the dogs. But you dogs are not Tippy. Tippy was my old dog here. And another view of the evergreen tree. Our car that we're using, Cecil's car, parked very My father always used to park his car. But here's the mistress of Hope House with her dogs welcoming us to a good planter's lunch. Thank you, mistress. These are Anne's cats feeding their faces. But look at that. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cats. These are Anne's hungry chickens. Beautiful falcon. This is the back of Hope House in the backyard.
Same thing. Forget to say hello. That's the way it is.
The fox thing that was just saying. I added I said, well, I'm going to try that in a t-shirt and just see if it's gimmicky enough to sell. I put it up there, but what happened with this one is when I was putting this machine in here, it got this little tarp on the corner in there, so.
Look at that.
Normally this is $38.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think that.
What is that you're doing? Can you see everything there?
Robin is going to do a shirt specially for me for the sailboat. You have to talk to this thing, you know?
Of course. It's when it talks back to you that you get worried.
Yes.
Gives it 7 seconds.
All the noises and everything.
That's the hydraulic.
Isn't that beautiful? Wonderful. Look at
Amazing,
that.
isn't it?
Not beautiful?
Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, lovely.
That's nice.
We don't actually make those.
Daphne's beautiful shell work. Look at it, huh? Isn't that lovely? The whole shop is beautiful. That's only 100 US. That is the beautiful ocean up at the Hanschells at the crane. Look at the color of that water. Isn't that beautiful? Well, we're up at the Hanschells, old famous eating spot. Having our lunch on this Friday the what? Today's Friday the what? 16th, 7th?
Is that a good spot? Yeah, it's beautiful. I was coming at an angle so you get little people behind you. And he's coming at us from all.
There we are in the cave up by Shanti. Shanti's cave now, going right in. Gloria gave us the key and down we go to the sea. We can look right up through the roof of this cave. You can look right back up to the entrance where we came in. We go out now through the eastern gate. There's the campfire. Just as we're getting out from Will and Gloria.
And we got a good breeze. It's trouble to see because it will burn where we don't want to burn. If you got near to it, it's
This is where the campfire started.
oh, it says this is bad. Very bad to be here. Very bad because it's just getting the rock moving this way. Now it's burning.
Cane harvesting. It's in Philip, Barbados. And the egrets all around to pick up bits.
It's marvelous, you know, how they come off the top and then now with the manor running now the shelves, all their plants are covered. So we've been cutting them. And that one is full, we'll get another one. Yes, again.
Zooming.
is the lion and the lamb is taken from Edgewater. Yeah, the train used to run down below Canby here. Right down here. This is High Rock Beach. And that little bathhouse at the end was built by Uncle Herbert Emtage, JohnEmtageJuanita. Just looking at my beach marks. The other round rock up there. That's about where the train station used to be. There's a wedding on the beach. There's the bride and groom. Kissing, look. Oh, move out of the way, man. Now, Jules, you're making some nice noises for this camera. Go on, keep it up. A wedding on the beach in Barbados. Steve, where are you going to?
How far you slide in? Bush Creek? No. Joining the union.
And there are two night rocks on board, one below the third row and fourth rows of seats. Okay, the aircraft is a bit hot and stuffy on the ground, but as we climb and gain altitude, the cabin will cool off and you'll be more comfortable. It's a pretty boring flight out to Union Island. It's just ocean between here and the Grenadines. It's about 55 minutes of flying. Okay, but as we come closer, you'll get to see the Grenadines and the islands. Could you please ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened? Thank you.
You're a lucky boy.
There we go.
That's 10 miles out of Union. Somebody got far into the water here. What's this? Is your pocket? Now getting into Union Island land. So when you got a little steep land in here, too, coming over this mountain, you don't have much of a runway.
No, we don't.
You think you're going?
Heaven.
Yeah? Going to heaven? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Going right up onto the beach. We're at the Palm Island for breakfast. The Grants are eating in style, my boy. And so is my wife.
Yeah, but not eating.
This is on the southwestern side of Palm Island, looking north at the Keys on the right, and then Myro. And you can see a cruise ship off the western side of Myro. There's a plane just going into land in Union Island. Entering the Tobago Keys. James Bay. Going over to Petit Ramo. What's your name? Typhoon. What's your name? Me? Yeah. You're chef.
Dry your stuff up behind there.
Stephen, how are you enjoying it? Having a good time?
Yes.
You're going to be in London town tomorrow?
That is it? I'm afraid so. Yeah. But this,
How are you going to explain this business trip?
this was a brilliant idea.
Business trip.
It's a business trip, you got to charge him. It's a...
I've come to the
Goodbye, Irons. Goodbye. Just going around the edge of Channel 1 and all that.
We've always just been on a boat, so we...
If you were not quite old enough to go for ocean cruise ship in a year now,
when we were doing it, there weren't.
where you go, someone else will speak before you, more than these are the most southerly of the Leeward Islands, aren't they? They're like nothing chain runs down from Tobago right down.
There's the island of Channel 1 back to the north of us.
It's over here. But to come this distance, you have to come here.
You can dance over there now.
Get that for me.
Yes, it's a bit difficult to see in the sun. But you can see it in the inside, you can see it very good. Got done. The island of Channel 1, looking from Myra. That's the Tobago Keys, looking from Myra. That is the water catchment on the north of Myra. Here we are buying some t-shirts
He must have been one
on
of the
the
youth
beach
group.
in Myra. And who's that fella behind that shirt?
Oh,
Let me
you-
see his
you gotta
face.
drop the guard.
Let me see his face. Oh, look at him. Okay, and we're working calculations here to turn Barbados into EC. Well, this is where we are, Salt Thistle Bay Resort. Attention, no trespassing, private property, hotel guests only. Well, there they are enjoying the last port of call, the last dip for the day, before they return to London town. Hi, George. Huh?
Okay? So now we're leaving this side of
300
the we call it
people at night.
Selling Way. This is where the cruise ships are. Maybe you got maybe 1,500 people there. The beach, the excursion for the day. And you got Princess Bay. And now we are sailing back to Union Island just in front of you. Okay? So the few minutes you have on board, my friend, enjoy it and be careful your sunburn. And the bartender is out on deck, but it's open to the end of the trip.
You take one schooner or?
No, check. Just coming into Union Island now. All this putting on of shoes. This is the shark pool. Look at the sharks. One fella cruising through there
Oh,
now.
yes.
Sharp pull in Union Island.
First word down here. No, thank you. Sure. I don't do
Green what is this
Some of everything. Beijing lunch.
I can even get the smell on this camera, you know.
Oh, Daphne, come there.
You're good breakfast. This way.
Come on. We'll have some salad.
Everybody else.
Good. I think I should get me man too.
I couldn't even see where I was going. It was be like up. I just had stuff. I don't know anything else all day. But after that, I was getting out of my system and all stuff.
monstrosity in front of two nice old houses.
From Germany, Iris. And Louise from Scotland. There's one brave man, here's one brave girl. Come upstairs, let me give you a hand. Another brave lady. Right, and we need one more man. Oh, man. One more man. Come on, men.
All right,
There he is. And your name?
Rosemary.
And Rosemary, you've seen us dance every time we've been here just about, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you've done it before or not?
No.
First time?
Yes.
Good luck. Your name?
Derek.
And you got strong ankles?
Yeah.
Do they feel comfortable?
A little bit, yeah.
Your name?
Cecilia.
And Cecilia, have you ever danced in such delicate shoes before? No? Ready for action, Cecilia? And our gentleman over here. What's your name, sir?
I am Ken.
And do you dance usually, Ken?
Only in my mind.
Well, here we're going to see Ken living out some of his dreams with wooden shoes. Let's have the music for the Dutch dance.
저 달이 딱 떠지도록 노다 나가세
We do hope that you enjoyed your evening with us, and we want to just thank you for your hospitality and for having us and for coming and being with us this evening. Again, we want to encourage you to come along and visit us on board. We're still going to be here for another 2 days, Sunday and Monday, and then we sail off on Tuesday. Then again, for those of you who have just sensed God speaking to your hearts and you would like to find out a little bit more about the love of God that we want to share with you, if you want to get one of these books or chat to one of our ship's crew or staff, they'll be available just on that side of the stage after the meeting this evening. So thank you very much. God bless you. Good night.
Charlie and Marilyn. And the apartment that they're staying at. One of these days I'll show you this back in Canada.
Yet there's a plaque to him in the church. Yet I can't sort of get. Basically, it's just a question I've got to get down there and go and see.
They sort of vanished after a bit. They may have got a different name. Whether they were Huguenots, they might have been. Well, writings aren't too clear. Writing's horrible on them.
Well, spelling there is according to the
Well, I think they're beautiful. Thank you. Did you do them yourself? No, or did you buy them done like that?
Melly?
Oh, you mean these stones? Yeah. No, I had the ones over there. Yeah.
Melly, come from behind that thing that I can see you.
Take you here. We're going to take you with that background. Who's the tourist now? You're the tourist now. Till we finish taking pictures.
Millie and Dorcas. What's this address? 44. 44. What's it called? Claremont.
Yeah, I'm taking that in the picture too, so we know.
number.
Okay, there you go. I got one. I can take another one with the class, just a minute.
You're accustomed to it? Who takes the pictures?
No, nobody, I'm not. I hate my picture being taken.
You hate it? Well, the trouble is, if you have those things, you see?
That reminds me, I have something to ask you.
A very difficult question on computers or so?
No.
What do you have?
About some old films. Do you remember all the old films?
Yeah, I've been searching for that. I took an old one with you and Barry running around at Quarry Lodge, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to find that. But I got so many old movies.
What are they all on? The big cine film thing?
Yeah, and I wanted to transfer it onto video, you know?
Yeah.
So that I could send it then. But then, of course, have you got a dual system?
We don't have anything at the moment because I don't like watching TV too much.
Yeah. Anyway, what is that palm out there? Go out there by that palm. Let me see.
What, this little thing here?
Yeah, that little one there, yes. Oh, but that's nice though. That's a nice background all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have all nice casual trees. Watch that step.
Okay. Look at all these wonderful tools. You couldn't build a plane without the tools.
Don't forget half the two. They all go here.
I like that, especially for older people.
You see, make a snapshot of it, see?
Oh, how about that?
Hey. Takes a snapshot, see? Yeah, you just give that steady picture on the screen. When you press
Okay, I can say something. It's recording.
It's recording.
Yep.
The Inspector General over here is taking a look at the job.
Does it pass?
Well, this rivet here, let me see. Oh, that's slack.
Oh, no.
Not
Well,
rivet.
that hasn't been riveted yet.
You know,
Oh, excuses, excuses.
That hasn't been riveted yet.
Those are slack.
Well, this is a riveting experience, you know, you can imagine it. Yeah.
Okay, you know how to stop it now?
Stop pressing it.
You know
Still
what?
got arrows flying across.
Oh my goodness.
That one actually has a 210 horsepower.
210 horse. This is at Kennedy Airport, and these are the famous stairs, the escalator, up to the lounge that was reserved for Friends of Israel. You want to go up those? I'll follow you. Here we are in the lounge. This lady will guide us. This is in the lounge that was loaned to us prior to departure. The boat of Italy at this time.
Remember, you are the gray group. Our bus is not gray. The color of it is not gray. It's Jerusalem, the sign Jerusalem group, and the gray color. And also our bus has a name. The name of our bus, which is marked on both front doors, is Jason. So we are on the Jason bus. Any questions? Yes, please.
May we get our cameras out?
Where is Mars Hill?
Mommy?
Where is Mars?
There's a part of the city of Athens, and where the buildings end, there is the water, the sea, Saronic Gulf, you remember, on our way from the airport. And the airport, look, ahead of us on the left, there is a mountain. Where the mountain ends by the water, just over there, there is the airport, the direction from where we came this, few 1 hour at Attikos. Only the facade is authentic, where you see the arched windows. The rest, the stage, the seats were rebuilt for the Athens festival that takes place here in the summertime from June
to October, tragedies, comedies, concerts, ballet. This of the hill, a small temple which has 4 columns on this side, and there are 4 other columns on the other side. The other row we just see one of the 4 columns. If you look at the capitals of these columns, the capitals have volutes turned like this, round, like this. The capitals. So these are your altars and your shrines, and so an altar dedicated to the unknown God. So that's why I'm here to introduce you to this God you don't know yet, but you worship already as unknown, and that was the beginning of Christianity for Athens. Generally talking, Christianity for Greece was founded by St. Paul, who visited the country twice and went to several different places. Look at the capitals, which are much more simple. The Doric capital is much more simple than the Ionic capital, which is up there on the
Pantheon
I'm sorry. Yeah.
and the Acropolis. That temple down by that olive grove is where a lot of worship went on. So Athena, goddess, and Paul saw all of this, and he went and preached to them on Mars Hill, which was around this away, and we shall see it a little later when we go on. There's Mars Hill where Paul preached. And it was because of all that was going on in this temple among the olive groves down below.
A similar guard guarding the monument of the unknown soldier on the main square of the city, Syntagma Square, and that guard there changes on every hour on the exact hour.
He made a funny face before.
Oh, yeah, what? Oh, look at the style. That's some style for you.
That's what we're going to do, for sure. Wait for us.
And I saw this in Pennsylvania next year, this September. Driving at the island of Forest. C-O-R-O-S.
Give it to someone else. Oh, I see. It's a one size, so.
Yeah, it's long.
Yeah.
She'll like it.
This is in Poros, P-O-R-O-S.
Пожалуйста, объявление. Русскоговорящий мальчик по имени Коля, мы вас ждем в ресторане с администрацией на обед. Мы вас ждем в ресторане здравствуйте. Обед начался для всех имеющих желтый билет.
Yes, that's that way. This is the third island we're visiting, Chios, I think it is. We'll check on the map and see which one this is. And this is the entrance to the little harbor. These islands are pretty barren, rocky. Probably a lot of marble. Got some guns up there now. That's over on the other side as we enter. Quite a little town. And your cats on this wharf to greet us. Lots of cats. Greeted by cats. Cats galore. There she is, still shopping. She's gonna get left this time. There's a nice little pack animals, just the things you need to climb up onto these rocky slopes. Go next to him. Try and get her to ride him. This is the Corinth Canal separating the mainland just before we reach Corinth from Athens. The Corinth Canal looking south.
Beautifully decorated, and we are talking about a period which is the 8th century BC, 7th century before Christ, the 6th, 5th by Greece. Corinth was the center of the resistance of the Greeks against the Romans. They were from different parts of the Roman Empire, and there was a large Jewish community as well, and that's one of the reasons.
Trees, almond trees, the trees that got the fresh leaves, green leaves are all. Okay, fine, yes.
The Bima. Pantheon on top of the Acropolis. Athens, Greece.
When Jesus was living in Capernaum, Tiberius Caesar was is a Riviera. It is the Sea of Galilee is our main source of drinking water. The main source, not just drinking water, but irrigation too. The farmers use it. It's also channeled. 5 different kinds of fish that survive in this water here. Pollution is getting to be a problem also nowadays. It's a pleasure trips by boat. They use it, and swimming and anything that has to do with sea sport is very popular in this place. Now, you see, if you're watching Tiberius as we go by, it's on your left. Look over to your right. You're looking to the east, where the sun comes.
Every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before. Every day with Jesus, I love Him more and more. Jesus saves and keeps me, and He's the one I'm waiting for. Every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before.
I can feel He's more wonderful than my heart can believe. He goes beyond my highest.
The greatest sermon that was ever given, a marvelous piece of work because God gave it. And then after he gave the Sermon on the Mount, in the Sermon on the Mount, let me just say, he said a city that's set on a hill cannot be hidden. And the city is over there, it's Safed. And that's probably the city that the Lord was referring to there. And there are 8 miracles recorded there. Remember, he healed the leper. He healed the centurion soldier's servant. He healed Peter's mother-in-law. And he healed the man that was blind, and the woman with an issue of blood, and Jairus' daughter, and we could go on and on. And these healings were to give attestation that he was the Messiah. And after he did many of these healings, the people pressed upon him. And he was walking along the seashore here, and he came upon 2 boats. And I'd just like to reflect for a few moments on the meaning of the 2 boats and the men and the miracle and the message that the Lord had for them. And not only that, but the ministry he had for them as well.
The mighty King, Master of everything, His name is wonderful, Jesus my Lord. He's the great shepherd, the rock of all ages, Almighty God is He. Bow down before Him, love and adore Him. His name is wonderful, Jesus my Lord.
Started what, $3? Started $3, so this is Tiberius.
Everything here is $3.
There's the Mount of Beatitudes, where that little white thing is. Not much of a mountain. Well, we're headed for Capernaum. kibbutz that we are arriving at.
He said they have some white Christ that's supposed to come through there.
I don't believe that.
We have here the children. The guest at the house of Peter and his mother-in-law. Now, the town of Capernaum, which was no more than a big village at that time, doesn't start right here in the winter. The beginning is all the way up.
So I apologize, folks, for those who expected to see the Mississippi. This is not, but this is the river, the Jordan River, to your right and left. It's flowing from right left. It goes around these bushes, turn completely left to the forest opposite, and when you see the forest opposite, this is where the Jordan River enters the lake. The forest ahead of us will be on your right. Well, there is a stream in the Jordan River, hallelujah. I have to call the Israeli television to come over and photograph it. Regional school buses are leaving right now, noon time, beginning of the weekend until Sunday morning. Sunday is an ordinary business day in Israel. We want further driving through, just look to your left. You see here the municipality building with the antenna. We see here the emergency station here, the first aid. We see here a small mall on the left. And further on the commercial center, there's a couple of stores. ישר, לא עוצרים לו כלום. מה זה? אני אוכל בבניאס. לא מוכרחים. אבל לא מוכרחים. הם שיוכלו פה, אני אוכל בבניאס. מה הבעיה? The concert hall on the left, museum, and so on. As we get to the border, we'll see more and more of these things that you see on your right, which you should photograph, please. Press a button, get an explanation of 7 minutes, so I will never be able to talk there. But later, you may walk over. First of all, because there are steps there, go down again. And second, there is an explanation there, and there is a relief map of the area, and then come back to the bus. But first, listen to an explanation of where you are. We are opposite the valley called the Valley of Kenetra. Part of the agreement of 1974 is to have a buffer zone between Israel and Syria. So we have what's organized UN groups supervising the buffer zone. Right now, these camps that you see opposite, that's a UN camp. The white buildings with blue roofs, that's UN. We had here UN soldiers, not soldiers, but the supervisors, that's the different supervisors, UN supervisors from Canada and from Finland. Not too long ago, the British were replaced. The pants he's wearing with like an empty bag dangling at the bottom of the pants. Oh, yeah. Later I'll explain what it is. That is everybody here? Well, no place to go here, so nobody went into Syria, right? Fine, okay.
If they did, too bad.
Across the green fields, you are in Syria. Now later you will see a right turn into the town, but there is a UN position there. You see, with many windows, everybody sees it. This used to be the Syrian headquarters on the Golan Heights, and nearby there is a small UN position, like a little white tower. Because there is a road there turning right, and you will see a block, a group of basalt rocks, a barrier, preventing us crossing into Syria by mistake, and soon you will understand what I'm talking about. Now don't forget, today is Friday. Here, came here after the 6 Days War as pioneers. Nobody forced them to do this. It was a national task to cultivate the land to the last inch near the border.
Upon this rock I will build my assembly. That's what Peter said in this spot. This is what the Lord said in this spot when he asked Peter, "And who do you say that I am?"
Get to the Garden of Eden in the key. So it's more sophisticated. But since the 70s, we learn how to fight this to avoid unless I was there already. I don't see them yet, and I'm really afraid about how visit to. Go to our main subject this morning, one of the main subjects, behind churches on the left. In this area is believed to be the area of the weddings. That's why so many churches are here. With the towers, with the bell towers, with the first is Greek Orthodox, and the back is Catholic. And I want you to draw your attention to the history of Cana and Nazareth. Nazareth at the time of Jesus, folks, although it mentions that the town was not more than just a medium-sized scriptures carefully, you'll find out that people came over to the head of the village. His name was Nathaniel, very excited, and said to him, "You know who is coming to the wedding? Jesus of Nazareth and his mother." So what was Nathaniel's answer? So what? What good can come out of Nazareth? Why are you getting so excited? What is Nazareth after all? So there is who was the head of the village. Some are industrials, some are builders. We're not far from Haifa, from the harbor. Some are importers and exporters. You look to your right and back, you see how big this village is. And it has also a few mosques. The majority of the Arabs in Cana are still Muslims. It's almost 50-50. So we have about 2 or 3 mosques and 4 churches. In Cana of Galilee, John chapter 2. Citizens with all the rights and commitments, beside one. They don't serve in the army, because we understand their situation. That if there is a war between Israel and one of the Arabic countries, or even with the Palestinians, they will find themselves fighting against their own relatives. So besides serving in the army, they're like any other Israeli citizen. Education compulsory, that's important. Besides the fact that they live in a democracy, they live in the only country, Muslim country in the world. I mean, they are the only Muslims or the only Arabs that the children go to school compulsory by law. So the young generation of the Arabs of this country, all of them have at least high school education, because education in Israel is compulsory from the age of 5 to 18. And we don't do them any favors, our taxpayers. They pay taxes, they get all the services. Education compulsory, social security, and all other rights. The right to pay taxes, you know, paying taxes is a right. The Annunciation. This is where Mary was announced by the angel Gabriel of the coming birth of Christ, that she is, at that time, not married yet and a virgin, going to become pregnant by the Holy Spirit. And she accepted it with, the answer that she gave to the angel. How can it be? I haven't been with a man yet. I'm not married to a man yet. And Joseph's reaction to the news that his fiancée is going to become pregnant by something mysterious. He couldn't understand what is the meaning of being comes of. He couldn't find his way in this complication being engaged to a virgin girl who's coming over to tell him that she's going to be pregnant. And so on. It's a very interesting story. Now, so it is the site. What we're going to do is, and we'll have to be a bit late, we're going to get off the bus and take a walk. The narrow Ellis, which in the afternoon will be packed walk. A walk of about 10-15 minutes uphill. In the Ellis of Nazareth, bypassing the beautiful big Catholic Basilica, Franciscan Basilica, a building from 1969. You will see the Basilica, but I won't be able to stop there and talk. The building that was completed in 1969, replacing it wearing the galabia, which is the typical Muslim gown. But most of the people are dressed like the gentleman here walking ahead of us, with a grey suit and a tie, and the ladies are the last fashion. And on high heels, you should see on Sunday how they come and go to the different churches. Like, well, maybe you'll walk to the back so I know that I had a whole group.
Folks, we must stay together. Ladies, be very careful of your pocketbooks.
Fred ministering in the synagogue.
Is our group all in?
Fred, the boat never looked better there.
I'll tell you. So we can get started. There's a little problem coming up here. We want to resolve it. Doesn't matter. Please.
The market. Remember, we went uphill. We went uphill. The town of Nazareth at that time, called town, it was a village, was built on the slope of a hill. Not far from here, just across the market that you pass, is Mary's Well. And it is a strong tradition about the Annunciation taking place by the well, near the spring, or on the way to the spring. Mary was on her way to the spring. And until today, it's the only natural water source of Nazareth. And the rest is all the way down. We walk later all the way to the back. We walk over ancient Nazareth. And this is part of it. Although this structure, the building here, the lower part is Crusader with the white stones, up to the line of where the lamps are, where the light is. Above it, it's already Muslim. And it is believed to be the site where the synagogue stood, the famous synagogue, and the rest you will hear from Fred. Now, just one remark. The fathers that expect us on the way out.
Walk for the shopkeeper, hoping to catch some of these passers-by. This is in Nazareth.
To build the walls of the building. And some decorated their living rooms with the seat of the theater. I'm talking about the Crusaders, who were here almost a millennium later, after this theater was abandoned, or after the Roman town was abandoned. So this is where the seats were. And straight opposite, you see one of the entrances to the theater. You see there's a lonely dry bush on the left side. And from here, but from there, and go down and take your seats. And you see there are only 3 steps left over from the flight of stairs to go up from the first gallery to the second gallery. Water reservoir as part of the project. Here is one, here is another one. As part of the project of pumping the waters of the Sea of Galilee from 600 feet below sea level